Hello and good morning. We have a really fun thing for you today. For me as well, actually. I haven't seen this. I am going to watch a Spicks and Specks episode. Spicks and Specks is a comedy show, music comedy, trivia show that is from Australia that I was introduced to from my other channel. And I thought I would love to watch the show, and why not have you guys watch it with me if it's so fantastic? And I'm sure that it will be, because all the other bits that I've seen have been fantastic. So, something to take us into a little bit of fun. The episodes are about a half an hour. I love music. I love comedy. I love trivia, especially music trivia. And Meatloaf is a really interesting person. And this Adam Hills guy that I know very little about, except that he is a comedian from Australia and he is the host of the show, also seems like a lot of fun. So, let's watch it together. And this episode is from 2010. This is definitely a show I think if I lived in Australia, this would be a definite weekly watcher, or however often it was on. Watch for me. Spicks and Specks, by the way, is a song that the Bee Gees did in the late 60s. I had never heard of it until somebody told me how the show got its name.
G'day, my name's Adam Hills. Welcome to Spicks Specks, the music quiz show where every breath you take is the wind beneath my wings. Our two team captains each and every week are the Pet Shop Boy, Alan Bro, and the Cornflake Girl, Miff Warhurst. First guest tonight.
Can I ask a question right off?
You
please,
sure can.
Why is she a cornflake girl?
For the same reason he's a Pet Shop Boy.
Well, I understand that. I just I didn't get the cornflake joke.
Hang on. You're Meatloaf.
What, are you trying to insinuate that I have a funny name?
I'm going to get back to you in a second. Alan's first guest tonight is a singer and guitarist with indie band Magic Dirt and also has a certificate in council planning. If your civic centre needs a mosh pit, she's the person to see. Please welcome Adelita. Alan's second team member is quite simply the finest Australian comedian Ireland has ever produced. Please welcome back to the show, Jim Owen. This first guest tonight is one of the biggest recording artists of all time. His debut album sold over 40 million copies and he's appeared in such films as Fight Club, Wayne's World and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. We are excited to welcome to the show, Meatloaf. Miss final guest tonight is a comedian who is best known for her roles in Babe and Kath and Kim, as well as her newly appointed role as the face of Jenny Craig. This is the closest she's been to Meatloaf in 12 months. Please All right, just before the show started, we had a conversation with Meatloaf that I've never heard anyone talk about before. How you actually got the name Meatloaf?
Football coach. I was playing 8th grade. I was playing football, and I was playing offense, and I don't really play offense. And I pivoted on his foot, and he screamed, "Get off my foot, you Uncle Meatloaf!" And then the real story is that my dad started calling me that when I was about 9 months old.
And why did your dad call you Meatloaf?
Because I was bright red as a baby for about 4 months. What? And I looked like a big slab of meat. Which is similar to the way I look now.
Was it your dad's affectionate term?
Should we talk to anybody else here, or is just me and you going to talk?
At the moment, I'm considering getting in a couch because I want to talk about your father.
We can just get, okay, I'll come over sit in your lap for the rest of the show if you'd like.
Don't tease
go
me.
Ahead. Yeah. We're really great to have everybody here. So, Adam, how you doing back there, babe?
I'm not sure if I'm nervous, but my legs are shaking.
I don't know, but was that a pistol in your pocket, or you were glad to see me, baby?
Oh! Sadly, it was a pistol. I wanted to ask you... Okay, I'll get to you first.
Yeah.
Magic Dirt is the name of your band. Have there ever been any moments where that name has caused confusion?
Yes. We did our first tour in England and we were very excited about it, and we had our first show, I think Birmingham, somewhere like that. Rushed into the club and saw our gig poster and rushed up to the poster and were like, there's our name, look, Magic Turd.
A couple of people left my show because they thought they were going to see Jamiroquai.
Miff and Alan are going to pick a topic that everybody will be quizzed on. Your choices are 1903, 1938, 1978 and 1993. Miff, you can pick first tonight.
We have to go the Love Boat, 1978.
Yeah.
Cool. Alan?
1993, please.
Sweet. We'll start with 1978. Everyone on your buzzers. Let's play Spicks and Specks.
Oh boy, buzzer time.
Yeah.
Your first question for 1 point. After a 1978 gig at the Winterland Ballroom in San Francisco, which punk band would not play again for almost 20 years?
Sex Pistols.
Sex Pistols, indeed. First point of the game. Next question. Listen to this country duet from 1978. Name the two singers.
Mama, don't let you... Willie Nelson and... I was going to say Glenn Campbell. It's not Glenn Campbell. Waylon? Would it be Waylon Jennings?
Yes.
Willie Nelson.
Yep.
Yeah, you didn't hear the second one sing, did you? You buzzed in too quick.
What about...
Yeah.
Meatloaf is spicy.
Yes.
What about...
Yes.
Tammy Wynette?
No, it wasn't. I'll let this side have a go. Do you know who it was? The second singer?
Denver.
Not John Denver.
No, it was Waylon Jennings. Finally, a 1978 musical film.
That was pretty much a guess. I can hear the voice now that I think about it, but okay. Sorry.
Jennings. Finally, a 1978 musical film featured an Australian group and a British guitarist playing songs from Beatles albums. For 3 points, name the film, the group, and the guitarist who made
That's
up...
the Bee Gees.
Yes, it was the Bee Gees.
And the guitarist is... Don't tell me. Not Billy Squire.
No.
Oh, man. I'm going to beat my head against a desk.
Do you know the name of the film? Does that help if I distract you by saying...
Sgt. Pepper.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Excellent. So the guitarist who made up the band in the title with the Bee Gees was...
I got nothing. I got nothing.
I'm guessing. I'm not.
Eric
No,
Clapton?
no, I'm going to throw it to this side.
Peter Frampton.
Peter Frampton is the person I was looking for, yes.
Well, you know, there's a saying about what just happened over here. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yes.
Well played, Meatloaf.
Yes. You must award an extra point.
I'd almost forgotten about that. If ever we have an artist on the show who has a song that has instigated the name of a round, that team gets a point. We have a round called 1 out of 3 ain't bad. So you have actually just got yourself an extra point.
There you go.
Why do you have the comedians though? Because that seems like it's weighted against us. Because I can't. How can Alan and I and Jimone and I? What can we do?
Well, we do have a round later on called I said love, I said pet, I said pet, I said love. Well, we covered 78, which was a massive year for you. That was the year that Bat Out of Hell.
I have a real hard time remembering that year.
What was that year like?
I don't know.
What's the one with on a hot summer's night would you offer your lips to the wolf for the red rose?
yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that
so on a
called?
hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf for the red roses?
Yes.
And
It's the way you say.
Can
Is
you
it
say
you that's saying yes? Whenever I'm on hold.
I got to explain this to you. Rock and roll is about getting free beer and getting laid. Okay? And so when I was making Bat Out of Hell, the first girlfriend that I had in the making of that was Ellen Foley, and she was the singer on Paradise. Then I broke up with her and started going out with a girl named Marcia McLean, who was on a soap opera on CBS. And, oh, God, I think about her every day. And so anyway, I got her on the album, the voice on the girl saying yes.
All right. It's the yes. It's the way, because whenever I'm put on hold, you know when you get automated service and they go, do you want this? And you go, yes. That's
Yeah.
the way I say yes.
Yeah,
Look, there are people that might not know what we're actually talking about at this point.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Just that spoken word introduction to 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Which
No, a hot summer night.
Hot summer's night.
Sorry.
That's
And,
okay.
You
lose
don't
a
know
point.
what we're talking about.
Wow, I've never lost a point on this
No,
show
but
ever.
That's
I
embarrassing.
feel like I've missed the point, but
The point is, before the show, we were talking about that song, and Meatloaf started to talk the introduction to Miff, and Miff lost her mind. Can you reenact that moment for us, please?
Yes, I can, and I'll do it in my best voice. On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf for the red roses? You say yes.
Yeah, I know. I can't speak.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to remind myself and go listen to that song.
1993 we'll move on to.
Okay.
For 1 point, in the 1993 hit by Europopper's Ace of Base, All That She Wants
Is another
there's
baby.
another baby.
Baby.
was another
Yeah,
baby
yeah.
indeed. Hip-hop act The Wu-Tang Clan released their debut album in 1993. For 2 points, name at least 2 members of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Old Dirty Bastard.
Yes.
RZA.
Yes.
Dizza.
Only needed
Snoozy,
2.
drowsy, grumpy.
Finally, for 3 points, there's a 3-part question. Wait till the end. Who won the Grammy for Best Solo Rock Vocal Performance of 1993? What was the name of the song and who wrote
Meatloaf,
it?
I would do anything for love, and I didn't go.
Okay,
I get
Meatloaf.
an extra point because I refused to go to the Grammys when I was nominated. Love, and I
Wait a minute. I need to rehear this question.
3 points. There's a 3-part question. Wait till the end. Who won the Grammy for Best Solo Rock Vocal Performance of 1993? What was the name of the song and who wrote
Meatloaf,
it?
I would do anything for love, and I didn't go.
Okay,
I get an
Meatloaf.
extra point because I refused to go to the Grammys when I was nominated, and then I won, and I wasn't there.
Really? Why did you not go?
Why'd you not go?
Because I wanted an Oscar first, okay?
And the last part of the question was who wrote the song?
Jim Steinman.
Yes, it was. 3 points out of 3.
If Meatloaf wouldn't have gotten that, that would have been interesting.
I'll ask you something about that song.
Okay.
There is.
I know you want to know what that is, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, thank God.
I know exactly what that is.
Okay, what is it?
It's in the chorus.
Very good.
It's in the-
I'm-
it's in the
I'm gonna
final
come over
part
and
of the
sit in your
song.
lap again.
Seriously. People always think, what is it that he wouldn't do for love? And those are people that don't listen to the end of the song. I'm quite anal about that particular song.
Well, because that's what people think they wouldn't do.
Yeah.
too.
That's hilarious. I actually appreciate him clearing that up because that's what I thought it always meant. Not the anal part, but the thing that it actually says in the song. But everybody kept acting like, or I shouldn't say everybody, many people kept like acting like it was like more mysterious or more, that it wasn't answered in the song. So I always kind of was curious about like, okay, what was I missing? And so I appreciate the clarity right here.
So, the last part of the song is, I know the territory I've been around. It'll all turn to dust and we'll
You're
all
really coming
fall
on to me,
down.
aren't you?
Yeah, I am coming on to you. Sooner or later
We'll be screwing around. And then I say, no, I won't do. And I would do anything for love.
Oh, God.
I won't do that. No, I won't do that.
At the end of that round, Miss Team just won the show.
So though, if I had told my 10-year-old self that in 20 years' time I'd be this far away from you singing that.
I'm nervous now. She came back at me. Usually they go like this. Go! You animal! Yeah, come over here.
Yeah, anyone else?
And the Irish, the one that...
Freaking hilarious.
At the end of the first round, the scores are Alan, Adelita, Jimona on 5 points, Miff, Meatloaf, Magda, 7 points. teams have to buzz in and identify the tunes being performed live in the studio. Tonight, your songs are being played by classical ensemble The Freshwater Trio. Everyone, hands on your buzzers. Song 1, please. Yes.
It's Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
That was Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden, correct. Next song, please.
Okay, this song I really feel like I should know.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
What's that?
It's like, is it like policewoman or something?
The theme to The Odd Couple.
It's the theme to the Odd Couple.
Yeah, okay.
Next song, please. Yes.
Babushka.
It's Babushka by Kate Bush. Yes,
That's why it sounds familiar. we have a music reaction video to Babushka. Yes, sounded familiar, but I was not picking it out.
Next song, please.
It's a really, really sappy love song.
Yes.
Luck me.
It is the
duet
flower
from-
duet from Luck May. Yes, Maggie Shabansky. Final song, please. Yes.
Just can't get enough.
Just can't get it up to this night.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Can we have a round of applause for the Freshwater Trio? Yeah. At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Adelina, Jimoan on 7 points. Meat Loaf, Magda, 10 points. We've translated some song lyrics into Japanese and then back into English using an internet translator. You have to name the songs. Magda, here's your first one. Concerning history, well, you don't have to know. Biology doesn't have to be known. Concerning the book of science, well, you don't have to know. Concerning French, whom I take well, you don't have to know.
Okay, one more time.
Internet translator. You have to name the songs. Magda, here's your first one. Concerning history, well, you don't have to know. Biology doesn't...
Don't know much about... Don't know much about history. Don't know much about biology. The science books. Don't know much about the French I took. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What the heck is the song called? Okay, I can't think of the rest of the song. I can hear it. Don't know much about. Don't know much about the French I took. I can hear the song, but I can't hear the lyrics.
Have to be known. Concerning the book of science, well, you don't have to know. Concerning French, whom I take well, you don't have to know. Any idea what that song might be?
Blinded me with science. It's
biology.
chemistry.
Don't know much about chemistry.
chemistry.
Don't know much biology.
But I do know that I love you. What a wonderful world.
It would be Wonderful World, Sam Cooke.
Okay, there we go.
Alan, Adelita, Jimoan, here's your first song. It is not forgotten. It is something. Where is that? It is not forgotten, being soon or however directly.
Not forgotten, it is something. Where is that? It is not forgotten, being soon or how. Guys?
No?
No, yeah, I've got.
I'll give you a few more seconds.
Are there any clues?
Pretty much, it is not forgotten. We'll give you everything you need to know.
I remember you, remember me.
No one?
Don't forget about me.
Unforgettable, Nat King Cole.
Okay. Unforgettable. It is something. Where is that? That's what you are. It is not forgotten, unforgettable, being soon, or however directly, though near or far. Interesting.
Next song. Myth, Meat, Magda. If it begins me, if I am begun, I do not stop under any condition. It is I to be hot and to run directly. The fact that blowing on me, in me, you build and go was obtained.
No wonder. I'm starting to understand why the Japanese did not get bat out of hell.
Start.
Mm-hmm.
Start me up.
Sorry?
Start
Me up.
It's Start Me Up, Rolling Stones.
Oh my god! Okay. If you start me up, if it begins me, I will never stop. Okay. The fact that blowing on me, in me, you build, and so was obtained. You got me just about to blow my top. That is a fascinating translation.
Well, I have no idea.
Genius, Nick, genius.
Alan, Adelita, Jimoan, here's your final one. He, as for this old person who won, him is done, did the small article of my thumb. With the hard blow of the paddy field of the small article, give the bone to the dog, this old person returned to the house of rolling.
This old man, he
Played one, he played knick-knack on my thumb
with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
This old man came rolling home.
Yes, it is. This old man.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to hear them read them again.
Came rolling.
That's fun.
Here's your final one. He, as for this old person who won, him is done, did the small article of my thumb. With the hard blow of the paddy field of the small article, give the bone to the dog, this old person returned to the house of rolling.
This old man, he
It's hilarious.
Played one, he played knick-knack on my thumb
with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
This old man came rolling home.
Yes, it is. This old man. Children's traditional song.
Oh my gosh, this is such a great show.
At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Adelita, Jimoan on 8 points, Myth, Meatloaf, Magda in front, 12 points. One member of each team will be singing well-known songs using the words of an unrelated piece of text. Your teammates have to identify those songs. Adelita, you'll be singing first for Alan and Jimoan, and you'll be taking your lyrics from The Bagel's Bagel Book, the no-holes-barred guide to eating bagels by, and I'm not making this up, Marilyn and Tom Bagel. That's your book, those are your songs. Ladies and gentlemen, Adelita.
You know, okay, I don't know if this is true, but it's true enough that I've seen multiple statistics, or I don't know if they're studies or whatever, but like the amount of people whose name is Lawrence that are lawyers, and an amount of, like, there's a disproportionate amount of people who have names that match their professions. I guess that works for the bagels as well. That's interesting. I don't know what a Judy profession is, so I guess I'm one of those lost souls in the world trying to find my way.
When I moved to New York in 1969, I found...
Is that Gene Pitney? I was only one day away from her heart.
24 hours from Tulsa.
Most people think bagels are just for breakfast. If you're one of these bagel conservatives, think of all the fun you've been missing. Bagels for snacks, bagels for lunch. Because our bagels.
No? Because the other team know it.
No.
Okay.
Shivers.
It's Shivers by the Boys Next Door. Yes, it was. Well spotted, Magda. Final song, please, Adelita.
Kojak Bagel. What you need.
Nights and White Satin.
Oh, do you know
Can I hear the rest of the book by Knights of White Satin?
Can we hear some more?
We want to hear some more
okay.
Bagels, Night and White Satin.
Yeah.
Kojak Bagel. What you need. One bagel sliced in half, horizontally.
And now, is it not true, Adelita, that you started out doing rocker Stedfords?
Yeah, at school, I headed my own rocker Stedford.
What was the song and what was the concept?
I think it was like Video Killed the Radio Star or something like that, and it was like the creative force was getting taken over by new technology, and but then they all came together in the end.
Did you do any of the moves in your show?
Did I?
What were the big moves?
Stuff like there was the kick, ball back, and that sort of, and then lots of turning and stuff
Still
like
do them
that.
in your show? Did you finish with this one?
Magda, you'll be singing for Miff and Meatloaf, and you'll be taking your lyrics from Facelifting by Exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, Magda Zabansky.
The attractive expression has a magic power, especially towards the opposite sex, where it is term charm, your entire future.
Okay, I gotta listen to this again because I feel like I'm close.
The attractive expression has a magic power, especially towards the opposite sex, where it is term charm, your entire future. Marriage, happiness, and business success may depend on it.
Yes.
Knowing me, knowing you.
Thank you.
Knowing me, knowing you.
Serve me nuts. Yay! I know this song, but I couldn't quite grab it.
Insert index fingers in the mouth and slide them along the teeth backward until all the fingers have reached the end. There you will realise that each index finger is between the teeth and a strong muscle wall by simply trying to bite the back teeth together. From soft to hard you will feel tremendous pressure against the
Do you know the song yet? You do? You got it?
You know it, you know
I
it.
have no idea.
It's not unusual.
Tom Jones, it's not unusual. Yes. Final song, please, Magda.
Having been a motion picture actress, now retired, I have used many brands of creams and oils on my skin, but never have I come across one that makes my skin feel so alive and fresh. I am getting satisfactory results from exercises, and even my husband notices. And if you...
Yes.
That was awesome. You're as good as Stevie. My Life.
It's Stevie Wonder for Once in My Life. 3 out of 3. Magda Szubanski.
Nice.
At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Adelita, Jimoan on 10 points. Miff, Meatloaf, Magda in front, 16 points. Please, hands on your buzzers. 1 point for a correct answer, 1 point off for a wrong answer. Your questions start now. According to 80s songstress Pat Benatar, love is a what? Yes.
Battlefield.
Battlefield indeed. Would you find a scratch plate on a turntable, a fair like?
A scratch plate, oh yeah.
Guitar.
Or a guitar? A guitar was the answer. Which band from Sydney is named after the Australian Prime Minister who was sacked in the 70s?
The Whitlams.
The Whitlams. Complete the 2004 John Mayer song title, Your Body is a...
Wonderland.
Oh, that's a revolting song title. Your Body is a Wonderland.
Yes, it is. Which controversial English singer has a horseshoe, a naked woman, and the words Daddy's Girl
Amy Winehouse.
tattooed on her left arm? Amy Winehouse, correct. In the mid-50s, which rock legend started out playing drums in the Fremantle Scots Pipe Band?
Bon Scott.
Bon Scott was the answer. The final question. The Ainu people, originally from islands north of Japan, traditionally entertained themselves by singing into each other's what?
I reckon mouths.
Mouths is the correct answer.
Oh, wow.
At the end of the show, the final scores are Alan, Adelita, Jimoan ended up with 16 points. Miff, Meatloaf, Magda just scraped through with 17 points. Would you please thank all our guests for tonight? Adelita, Jimoan, Meatloaf and Magda Szubanski. And of course our two team captains, Alan Bro and Miff Warhurst. We'd like to leave you tonight with a return performance by the Freshwater Trio as they give us their interpretation of the Meatloaf classic, Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth. Thanks for watching Spicks and Specks. My name's Adam Hills. Good night, Australia.
Trying to speak, but no matter what I do, can't seem to make any sound. All together now. Took the words right out of my mouth. It's true. I was just about to say I love you. Very dainty.
Oh my gosh, that is so much fun. I could like sit and watch that all day. That is hilarious. I love the extra conversations. Like I love that they have the time for the banter and the just the extra bits. That's just so much part of the additional fun for me. I love the chandelier things too. Somebody on my that was talking about this on my feed, and I'm sorry that I don't remember off the top who it was, but they mentioned that this show was like taken over oh gosh, I don't remember exactly what they said, but it sounded like it was taken over by like a big network, and then they changed the host and they changed the comedians that were the thing that made the show work in the first place, and then it didn't succeed. That's just heartbreaking. This is a show that should still be going on today. I want more. I totally want more. Thank you so much for watching with me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and love your comments below. Love to hear what you guys think of the show and what you think of this type of reaction video. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.